evening, everyone, and welcome to IndyStar Friday Night Live, presented by Bath Experts, the only show that brings you the week's biggest Indiana high school football games wherever you are, so you can see every draw-dropping play, every thrilling finish, and all of the gridiron stars of tomorrow today. I'm your host, Justin Mack, coming to you live from the IndyStar newsroom, and to my left, as always, is the hardest working man in streaming show business, IndyStar sports editor, Matt Glennesk. How you doing this Friday night?
I am doing good. I was on a red-eye flight with a 1-year-old last night, so I am ready for anything.
Absolutely, and so are we. Apologies for the late start. A bit of a technical difficulty as we kick off Week 9, the final week of the regular season, and a lot of action already happening. So we're going to jump right into the lineup of this week's games for Friday Night Live. And show you all we're going to bring you tonight. And first, a look at some of that action. We're going to jump right into that Carmel Greyhounds, Lawrence Central Bears matchup taking place right now, courtesy of our friends at the MIC Network. This being our MIC Network Game of the Week, we can watch this in its entirety at IndyStar.com. And as I've heard, Matt, we've already had some action from around the area, some scores to kick things off. So to bring people up to speed, why don't you hook us up with some updates on some of the games that already have points on the board, much like this one?
I can do that. Whiteland leads Greenwood 7-6. Lawrence North and Pike are tied 7-7. Cecina leads Monrovia 14-0. Roncalli with a 14-0 early lead over Guerin, and Avon, number 1 Avon leads Noblesville 6-0.
All right. So as always on Friday Night Live, we've got a lot of big matchups. Later on, we'll give you the breakdown of all 12 games we're able to bring you statewide. Big thanks to all of our network partners who always make that possible. And again, MIC Network bringing us this one. Let's take it away with the call, and you enjoy the action.
Didn't have any catches last week, only 6 catches on the season. That's a big one right there, keeping the drive moving. 9th play of this series that started back at their own 44. You have a trip set to the left, 2 tailbacks again. And it's a handoff to Zach White. And this time he's tripped up in the backfield. Rather, that looks like Eric Allen on that one.
As Rayner again on the tackle, again, he's going to be all over the place.
Eric Allen has seldom seen the ball or seldom seen the field this year. He's been battling injuries himself, and that's good for the Greyhounds, as they definitely have a plethora of running backs that can lead this offense. Out of the gun again on 2nd and goal. Williams drops back, right side, completes it to his man, but a flag on the field. 2 flags on the field now. You got to wonder if there might be offsetting penalties here.
Offsetting penalties here, so. Tell you what, he put that ball right there on the 5, right there on the number there. Great catch.
That was a good catch, too. The ball seemed a little behind Barron Smith on that one, but just good diving grab. We'll see what the officials call right here. So you have a hold on the offense. Meanwhile, a personal foul, a hit to the head on the defense, which, again, Daryl, that is an offsetting penalty. Just discount the play.
So replay the down. I tell you, getting off to the fireworks to start the game here. It's kind of slowed down.
It really has, and this Carmel drive right here has been really impressive. And Daryl, I had a chance to go to Carmel last week in that game against Warren Central, and that offense did a really good job just asserting their authority on Warren Central, something that we've rarely seen in this rivalry, at least as far back as I can remember.
They did a great job in the elements last week.
And that certainly played, you had to think that played a factor too, as Eric Allen takes the ball on 2nd and goal. Going to be marked down at the 6-yard line. Bring up 3rd and goal from the 6.
So big play for the LC Bears here on this. 4:22 left here in the first. Big play. You can't allow these guys just to march down the field every possession.
Big down here for both sides. Can the Bears stop them in their tracks? And the ball is overthrown. You got to think that was uncatchable, and there was some contact on both sides, Daryl.
There was some pulling of jerseys there, but the ball ultimately was uncatchable, so it's going to bring up 4th down, and let's see what happens here if they're going to roll the dice or bring in the field goal kicker. Looks like the field goal kicker is on the field.
Well, they are bringing Spencer Hanna onto the field right now. Hanna, a very reliable kicker for these Carmel Greyhounds. And the Lawrence Central defense doing a good job bending but not breaking on this series. From 28 yards, Hannah knocks it through, and the Greyhounds take the lead for the first time this evening, 10-7.
All right, field goal there is going to put Carmel up 10-7. So let's jump over to this matchup between Center Grove and Cathedral, courtesy of WHMB TV 40, our friends all season long. Going to take it away with the call and see who can get on the board first.
Service bays, a large parts inventory, lease and rental, new and used trucks in Volvo and Ford. The Andy Moore Truck Center. Say hello to GM Mark Plagman, sales manager Andy Janner, and Mark Plagman's grandson Henry Hessen. And Avon trying to make it an undefeated regular season with a win tonight. They're #1 in the state.
Yeah, it's good. He's getting off on his own power. He is limping quite a bit, though. Speaking of injuries, did you see the Patrick Mahomes injury?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. On a quarterback sneak, you know? I mean, that just doesn't happen very often. Here's a look at Coach Peebles and his coaching staff over there in his second year here at Cathedral, 12-8.
And that is Weems again. He's close.
All right, we're going to jump over because we got some red zone action here in this matchup. Concordia is taking on it. This is another one of our statewide games we're able to bring. And let's see if we can get you some points here to start things off on IndyStar Friday Night Live.
We got points. They just scored a touchdown.
And we are in there. So
There you
again,
go.
bringing you the action. We're going to jump back over to that Cathedral matchup. Don't want to miss anything happening there. They are still rolling, still hanging out around midfield. But again, touchdown brought to you there in that Concordia matchup. Let's jump back into this one.
For an offensive coordinator, because you start getting some chunk plays or just getting in rhythm, and then all of a sudden you have to back up 10 yards because of a holding call.
10 yards from the spot of the foul. So it ends up being a 2nd down and 12 instead of 3rd and 1. And that is Weems again, and he may have gotten a couple, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 10. Jeff Hutzinger in there to make the stop, and it'll be 3rd down and about 10.
Yeah, these are the situations for Center Grove when they don't want to be in 3rd and 10 situation. I mean, no offense wants to be in 3rd and 10, but especially when you don't throw the football very often, you don't want to be in this position, letting Cathedral pin their ears back and rush the quarterback.
And running right is Weems, and he needed 10 yards. He got a couple. Jeff Hutzinger again, and Shiloh Means for the tackle. But
well, Shiloh Means did a good job of being right there at the line of scrimmage. He saw a run the entire way. He committed to the run and made a good tackle right just past the line of scrimmage. Good defensive stand for the Irish.
under a minute left to go in the quarter. It is 4th and 7. Taven Jackson's punt. Oh, he got his leg into this one. That's a good kick. Coming down to the 15-yard line, and he's tackled immediately. McCullough on the return and tackled immediately.
All right, going to jump over into some more action. This one is the South Putnam Eagles taking on the Heritage Christian Eagles. Eagles on Eagles.
I bet you an Eagles team wins.
I think the Eagles really have the advantage in this one. This one, some red zone action here, and brought to us by our friends at Indiana SRN. Again, another great network partner who's been helping us out all season long, bring you this one-of-a-kind show, IndyStar Friday Night Live. Let's take it away with the call.
This time he'll take the snap, look right, throw right, complete to his receiver to that first down marker, gets past the marker to the 10-yard line. First down, South Putnam and goal. They're inside the red zone.
I tell you what, South Putnam got fired up. Somebody said something on the sideline, and they have played very, very well the last 3 or 4 minutes here.
That pass is completed to his wide receiver, Xavier Langley. So now their first and goal opportunity for South Putnam. Just 5 minutes to go here in the first, alongside Keith Myers. I am Charles Benberry. South Putnam down 13-0, as you can see on your screen, looking to put 6 on the board with the pistol formation. It's a quarterback keep from Stone, and he's not going to go anywhere. Good read by the linebacker, Peyton Brown there, knowing that it's a read option, eyes kept on the football, realized Stone still had the football, and made the tackle in the backfield.
You know, he shed a block, and he just went right through, did a nice job. As you said, he's kept the eye on the football. A lot of people will get fooled on that play. Quarterback should have handed that off maybe.
And one thing, as you can see from South Putnam, look how big those linemen are.
I know, they're huge.
It gives the running back some big open gaps to make, as you saw good passer with a couple good runs here in this first half.
You got a couple of guys 6'2", 6'3", 6'4" over there.
Pitch to good passer on the left side here, and another great open field tackle by Heritage Christian. It looked to be Harrison Waltz, the linebacker for this Heritage Christian Eagles team. Another good stop in the backfield. It's going to be a third down.
Junior, 180. He eats a lot of Wheaties, I think, because that was a great tackle and wrap.
So it's going to be a third down and long. To get the first, they have to get all the way to the 2-yard line. Does South Putnam. So after a big gain and a first down, South Putnam looking at their third down in the first half. To counter that, they're going to go 3 receivers top of your screen. Blitz seems to be coming from the right side. It's picked up. Throw to the right side is complete inside the 20. Doesn't get past the 19-yard line. The South Putnam, the pass is caught by look to be the wide receiver for South Putnam. I believe that's Leighton Workman, excuse me. It's going to be a fourth down.
Esbel did a nice job of sealing that. Now, do you go for 3 here or do you go for the 6? They're going to go for 6.
We'll see what Coach Sorrell wants to do.
Watch for the screen pass here.
It's a fourth and about 13 or 14, so they're going to need to get all the way to the 2-yard line for a first down. 5 on the play clock. Stone in the pistol formation takes a snap. Looks to throw left, now looks right, steps up in the pocket again,
fumble!
And he is sacked in the backfield. Ball did come loose, but it doesn't matter. Heritage Christian will take over at their own 25.
Boy, he landed right onto that football. That ball popped straight up, landed right on it, and Heritage Christian takes over on turnovers on downs. Hey, Indiana SRN will bring you volleyball on the Indiana SRN radio network tomorrow afternoon. 1 o'clock start. I would tune in around 12:15, folks, to hear the Heritage Christian Eagles taking on the University Trailblazers right here on Indiana SRN.
All right, going to take a break in the action here on IndyStar Friday Night Live, presented by Bath Experts, to bring you one of my favorite parts of the show, highlights.
Highlights, here we go. First one, we got Franklin. Big game in the mid-state. If Franklin wins against Decatur Central, they get a share of it. And there's Jalen Ward on the first play of the game, going 80 yards to daylight. Now, again, Franklin has been a huge surprise story this year. They had 5 wins combined in the last 4 years. They're 7-1, going for 8-1 against Decatur Central. Though, update to that score, Decatur Central now leads Franklin, I think 14-7.
But like you said, a lot at stake in that one.
Yes,
so
a lot of stake. The mid-state. Decatur Central already has a share of the mid-state. If Franklin were to win, they would share it with them.
Right.
Next highlight, here we go. Lawrence North, long touchdown pass. This is Donovan McCauley to Keyshawn Smith. Right there, and
open.
nice. It was a wheel route because Keyshawn Smith's a running back. He gets to the sideline and goes all the way against Pike. Quick long touchdown there for Lawrence North. Again, very high-powered offense there with Donovan McCauley. Omar Cooper's having a great year, the sophomore, and Bashir Jones, the running back. This is an undefeated versus undefeated matchup in Class A. Traders Point versus Lutheran, and there's Traders Point right there. Touchdown pass to Kai Johnson. He goes in to score. Lutheran is number 1 in the state in Class A. Traders Point just outside the top 10 in Class A. So a big game to watch there. Both teams 8-0. And our last highlight of this bunch, we showed you how Lawrence North scored. Well, here's how Pike scored. Short touchdown run, getting into that end zone. That's 7-7 there, Pike versus Lawrence North.
All right, so a lot of action to kick things off on Week 9, the final week of the regular season on IndyStar Friday Night Live. And let's take a quick 60-second break with a word from our sponsors, Bath Experts. All right, big thank you to our sponsors, Bath Experts, for the support all season long, and thank you to all the viewers. If you are watching like all season, please share your thoughts. If you're at the game or at home, relaxing where it's a little warmer, use the hashtag IndyStarFNL to share all of your feedback, good and bad. We prefer the good over the bad, and if you're talking to Matt, you might need to use the ugly. It's all good. We're ready to rock with some more action here on IndyStar Friday Night Live. I couldn't help myself. We're going to jump back into this matchup between Martinsville and Plainfield. This is our first look at this game, brought to us by that awesome student-run program, MHS Rewind, with the call from Eric Meyer. So let's take a look at this one right now. As you can see, Plainfield enjoying a 14-8 advantage over Martinsville.
For the Artesians, they need to get to the 8-yard line right now. They're at the 27-yard line. So we'll see what the Artesians can do here, as Plainfield with a chance to get Martinsville off the field. Got 3 receivers in your shot. Out of your shot is Andy Myers here on this near side. One-on-one coverage. Xavier looks to go deep, and he as well overthrows his intended receiver. Not sure who he was trying to go to. Had 2 players in the area. I think it was Billy Bias and Matt Thomas both over there, but could not connect with either one of them. And for the first time tonight, a drive does not end in a touchdown for either team. So Artesians got some yards but could not put it in the end zone. Once again, the sack, 8-yard loss. That Xavier could not get rid of the football. Went back about 8 yards and put the Artesians second long and could not dig out of that hole. Plainfield with a new quarterback this time, and he's going to take it and he will run. Carl Vanderbush with the run. First time in the game for number 15. About a 5-yard run for him. So this is what Plainfield does. They play these 2 quarterbacks pretty regularly. So don't assume that Aiden Moyers is hurt or anything like that. He has actually played really well in this first quarter, but it's just something that Plainfield does. They play 2 quarterbacks. Vanderbush going to hand it off, and that's going to be enough for a first down across the 35. So 8-yard run there.
All right, going to jump back in because we've got a pretty common occurrence, a score in a new Palestine game. Charlie Spiegel, and as you can see, he's doing what he's been doing all season long.
All season long. This is number 36 on the year. Very interesting side story to this game. Charlie Spiegel, this is his first trip back to Delta. Started his his high school career at Delta. Transferred to New Pal. He broke his brother's single-season rushing record at Delta as a sophomore. But still, really interesting side story to this game. Charlie Spiegel go with his 36th touchdown run of the year. Doink with the extra point, but it goes in.
It doinks the good way.
You should get an extra point for that.
An extra point?
An extra point.
Back over to this matchup here. Still 14-8. We'll take it away with the call and bring you more action.
Play here, and they will. Vanderbush going to take it on the left side, and finally brought down after he gets across the 50. It's Jason Cox that made the tackle. And that will do it for the first quarter. Artesians down 14-8 here at Plainfield High School, and Plainfield's moving the ball. Defense going to have to tighten things up. We'll see if they can do it.
All right, going to take a break in the action as that one comes to the end of the first quarter. Again, thank you for joining us all season long here in IndyStar Friday Night Live. This is the end of the regular season. This is the first time we've done this show, and just want to take a moment to thank everyone who has supported us, from the viewers to the different networks to everyone we've come across who has had some great feedback on how we can make this the best show possible. You guys have made it a great season, and we're glad to hopefully continue this when the postseason starts. And I know this is an important week for a lot of people because the playoffs are coming up, and not everyone's going to stick around.
That's true, but we're not going to stick around because we're going to Zionsville Fishers right now.
More action coming to you right now on IndyStar Friday Night Live. And as you can see right now, Zionsville is up 14-7 on Fishers.
It's a nice little long run there. And again, Zionsville, the record is 3-5. They gave number 1 Avon all they could handle last week. They rallied to get a 28-21 lead over number 1 Avon. Avon rallied back, ended up winning that game 31-28. But really a fantastic game. It looks like this play is getting called back for a hold. But Zionsville's got one of the best running backs in the state in Colin Price. He's just a sophomore, but he has been running wild this year. Kind of slowed down the last 2 weeks, but that's against Brownsburg and Avon, so there's no shame in that. But he has really been stepping it up, or had a great season so far to this point. Fishers, they're ranked, I think, 9th in 6A.
6-2.
But you had talked about the playoffs. And, starting next week. They start in 2 weeks for the teams in 6A. There's one big thing still to be settled. We talked about the Mid-State Conference, but the MIC Conference. North Central, if they win tonight over Ben Davis, they will claim their first MIC championship. They already have a share, but if they win, they get the outright MIC championship for the first time in their school history. The MIC's been around since 1996, so that would be a huge story for North Central. Not known for their football, but the last 2 years under Kevin O'Shea, they've really gotten it together, and they lead 7-0 early on over Ben Davis. Nice first down pass here for Zionsville. We'll take it away with the call.
Number 3, Cole Wiseman's pass is complete to number 80, Camden Cooper. Tackled by 18, Jackson Dunn. That's a Zionsville
Jackson Dunn on the tackle. Eagles first down.
Ball will be spotted at the 47-yard line.
Play about 23 yards, 24.
10 at the 47. Wiseman, empty back set. 4 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Wiseman, QB draw. Wiseman looking for running room and spins just short of the first down.
Looks like it'll be about 2nd and 3rd, 2nd and 4th. Yeah, 2nd and 4th, 2nd and 3rd on the 41.
Colin Sheldon and Trevor Whitney on the tackle for the Tigers. 2nd and 3 at the 41. Wiseman. Price motions to Wiseman's right side. Wiseman pitched to Price. Price, and he'll be brought down by Alex Lamaich.
Number 93, Alex Lamaich on the tackle for the Tigers. That's a Zionsville first down. Ball spotted at the 36-yard line.
So first down for the Eagles. Wiseman back to throw. Looking, throwing, and that will be caught. What a catch. It's double coverage going up for it. Firestone, and there's a flag for holding, so that came back. That play will come back. I think I saw that play. I saw that flag coming because I was looking, and Josh Ivey got held there on the pass rush. Yeah. Holding on the Eagles as Josh Ivey got held on the pass rush by the right tackle, it looked like.
What?
1st and 28.
1st and 28 at the 46. One of the weirdest down and distances you'll ever see.
Just an absolute killer for Zionsville.
Yeah, they had an impressive catch there, but it gets called back because of the holding.
That's twice on this drive that they had big plays called back because of holding.
Wiseman, and handoff Colin Price. Price will be wrapped up.
And there's another flag on the play.
And there's another flag.
There is a penalty flag on the play.
Let's see what this flag is now.
It's going to be on Zionsville.
So?
Legal block.
All right, going to take a break in the action to bring you some more highlights here on IndyStar Friday Night Live. What do we got?
Okay, we're going to start with a Lutheran long touchdown pass. We mentioned it's 8-0 Lutheran against 8-0 Traders Point Christian. Here it is. Here's how they tied the game up. That is a pretty long touchdown pass. Boom, wide open. Stopped on a dime. Well done there. Then they're not going to catch him. When you end up near the Gatorade stands, you're probably going to have a hard time getting back in there and making the tackle.
Not easy.
Heck of a play there. All right, Decatur Central. We talked about this mid-state showdown. Decatur Central versus Franklin. This is Kenny Tracy. He makes plays all year long from all around the field. That was a short little touchdown run, but it makes it all happen.
All right, what do we got next?
We got the North Central touchdown. This is David Smith from Harry Abel. This is how they went up 7-0 against Ben Davis. So again, I repeat, if North Central wins tonight, they win the MIC Conference outright. Arguably the toughest conference, high school conference in the Midwest. North Central will win tonight for the first time in school history. If they're able to hold off Ben Davis, they will have it to themselves.
So in control of their own destiny, a big night, and we've got more action on the way. But first, we're going to take a quick break with a word from our sponsors, Bath Experts. All right, big thank you to our sponsors, Bath Experts, for the support all season long, and we don't want to have you miss any action, so we're going to jump right back into the matchup that we've been tracking between Center Grove and Cathedral. Still 3-0 in favor of Center Grove. Let's see if Cathedral can change the scoreboard in their favor. Let's take it away with the call.
And that will bring up fourth down. We'll tell you that Andy Moore Volkswagen, the newest VW dealership in the greater Indy area, located on US 36 in Avon. Ask for Chris Hughes, the new GM, Josh Cohen, the sales manager. We wish Chris the best of luck. That's Andy Moore Volkswagen in Avon. Nate Hillenberg, he gets it away. That's a good kick. Good hang time and a fair catch at the 29-yard line, taken by Trent Fife. We'll pause for these words on the high school football game of the week on TV 40.
All right, going to jump over to this matchup here between New Pal and Delta. Right now, as you can see, that Charlie Spiegel touchdown still has New Pal in the lead at 7-0 in this matchup, which is brought to us by our friends over at the IHSAA. And, of course, the action being called by Jerry Baker and Jan Bosher. Let's take it away with the call.
Spiegel will point out a lot of things he does so well. He's as good in the open field of avoiding tackles or getting a one-on-one and breaking that tackle really as I've seen in a long while.
So Spiegel sets up in the backfield along with the shotgun of Lincoln Roth. And a hard fought a couple of yards again, down perhaps inside the 20 to the 19, maybe even the 18-yard line.
Good job by Parker Jesse, number 56. One of the seniors on this Delta defense. Much better job this time.
And they'll move the chain gang again.
Yep, still enough for a first down, though.
Yep, fourth first down of the drive for New Pal. Spiegel has had just a terrific year, and here he circles right side, gets out of the grasp initially of Riley Wooden, who leads the ball club in sacks. He finally did drag him down with some help over there by Cody Howard.
Let's take a look at Charlie Spiegel again. See, there's that, I talked about a one-on-one tackle. He's got great arm strength and can just really force you away from him. The other thing he does, as powerful and quick as he is, he really sees the field and knows when to hesitate and kick it in.
New Pal is 24th in the state in scoring, 11th in the state on defense, and number 1 in the state in average margin. Their average win is 47.6 points per game. Here's a pass coming out to the near side to Lukers, incomplete.
Yeah, again, pretty good coverage, one-on-one coverage. Timed it beautifully. That's number 8 for Delta Big.
That is Trevor Edgerton.
Edgerton on that. He's now made 2 or 3 really good breakups in that man-to-man coverage.
13th play of this drive with a 3rd down and 6. And they are going to get the 6 and more inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. Spiegel again. So it's going to be 1st down and goal inside the 5.
So here he goes. There's 1 hit, 2 hits, and now finally 3, but not until there's a 7-yard gain. Charlie Spiegel, as you talked about, averages 10.6 yards per carry every time he touches the football.
Came into the game with 934 points, added 6 more, now 940. Needs 952 to pass Brett Law out of Sheridan. And is not going to get it on this play with the 1st down and goal from the 4.
I've heard running back coaches talk about this to their running backs. You refuse to go down. Just refuse to go down. Look at that effort. Should have went down, but did not. He just refuses to go down.
Let's see where they spotted Jan. Probably around the 2. Yeah, that's where they've got it set down right now. So Lincoln Ross stays in at quarterback, stays in the shotgun position. Spiegel sets up on the right hip, gets the handoff, and will be knocked down at about the 1-yard line.
Yeah, there was the hit. That's what you got to do if you're Delta. Make a statement. Clean, beautiful hit here from the defensive line. Let's see if we can see who did it.
Hard to tell on that miss down there.
Maybe 73.
Yeah, that's Braxton Edwards again.
And that's what you got to do.
And here we go. And they stopped him again.
There you go. See, good hitting is contagious. Now all of a sudden, Delta's defense is really into it. And 2 really good hits. Take a look again. Getting off the football. You see it. And this is a linebacker who nobody from New Pal caught. He was untouched.
So they have 6. They run 16 plays.
And he stopped again.
And they've got him.
Oh, my. There's a statement defensively.
Number 3 is Cody Howard coming off the field.
Oh, man, a big defensive stop for Delta. So let's jump back over to this matchup between Fort Wayne Northside and Fort Wayne Concordia, brought to us by our friends at Summit City Sports, all tied up 7-7.
And Charlie Spiegel and New Palestine doesn't get stuffed at the goal line very often.
No.
Heck of a stop there from Delta.
Yeah, so just showing you that is almost like a highlight because that is not something you're going to see very, very much.
That is a highlight. That's why we showed it.
That's beautiful. It's IndyStar Friday Night Live. More action against Summit City Sports, bringing you this one. Let's take it away with the call.
Not only in the red zone, but you get down inside the 5. These last yards can be very, very tough to pick up. As a result, we remain tied, still at 7-7 with the 3rd down call coming up. And now they mark that ball, nose the football just inside the 2. It will be 3rd down and goal. It is Cooper Harris. He's in up on the wing to the left side. Davis under center. Drew's offset to the left side, and now let's see, whistles blow, and we're going to have a timeout called by Northside. They want to see how Concordia wanted to set up their offense, and so we have a stoppage here with 2-4.
All right, timeout there, so let's jump over to this matchup between Martinsville and Plainfield. As you can see, Plainfield has a big 21-8 advantage over Martinsville, and looks like they're marching to try and add a little bit more. So let's see what happens next.
On this drive. Make a mistake here.
Fakes the jet, little screen set up, and it's off the hands of, I'm guessing that was Tyler Cox who they tried to get that to and could not hang on to it. There's a lot of traffic around there, so not for sure even if he caught it, it would have led to much. So now you've got a 3rd and 5, and Artesians at least need to get the 1st down and get the drive
that's just great
continuing here.
Coverage by New Pal. They're in zone coverage, and they've got the 1st level covered. They got the 2nd level covered.
There's a lot of promise on this drive. A couple penalties by Plainfield to help this drive move forward, but last couple plays, resulted in
And it's
0
4 down and
yards.
8 yards to go with 2 minutes to play.
8 on the
here in
play
opening
clock
quarter.
for Xavier. Little speed
Standing
option. They get it, and
almost
that's
out of his own
bottled up.
end zone.
Tyler
He's
Cox
Stanley.
doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage or comes close. Nope, he lost a yard, so that'll make it
37 yards per punt.
4th and 6 coming up, and Martinsville more than likely going to go for it, and they have to get this first down. There's still over 6 minutes left to go in this game, and if you give the ball back to Plainfield this much time,
It is down right there at the 47.
they have
so
scored every time they've been out on the field.
He made this look
Cannot
easier
afford
than
to
it
go
was.
down
He had
28
people
to 8
coming at him, and
at
he had to
halftime. You
really
need
get
this first
thing
down
off in
here.
a hurry, and
4th and
did he
6.
ever, and got a
Xavier
nice
is in
kick,
trouble.
so
He's
they got some
scrambling. He
breathing
gets
room
away
now.
from pressure.
Good
He's got a
special
man
teams
wide open, but he
Well,
cannot connect with him.
That'll go down to in the playbook this year as one of the highlights of the entire season.
Now they've got to carry it
That
over,
was
but
Craig
the problem
Wesner on that
started
far
here.
side.
The
He was
defense
wide
on the field
open.
an awful lot here early,
Xavier
so they need
Tinnitus
to
did a
get
really
stopped.
good job of
So New Powell will start this drive
escaping pressure.
in Delta territory.
Rolled out, and I think he just rushed the pass. Craig Wesner on that far side was wide open. And I think Xavier thought he had more pressure than he did. He escaped it. Had a little bit more time to set his feet and throw that football, but kind of threw it on the run.
And we got a flag. The first,
And it just fell well short of Craig Wesner. So now Plainfield will have the football, and you're going to ask a lot of your defense. And there was some movement there. That didn't look right from the start. False start on the Quakers.
Referee tonight in the white hat. He and his crew assigned this game tonight. Could be a call against UPAL.
So two of them in motion at the same time look like they're for Plainfield.
All right, going to jump back over to this matchup between Center Grove and Cathedral. Still 3-0 in favor of Center Grove. And this one brought to us by WHMB TV 40.
And he's tackled on the play by Gage Gosnell. And that clock is running.
Yeah, and it's interesting to me. It's 3rd and 9, and they seem to be rushing to the line of scrimmage. And it looks like Orrin Edwards. Oh, there he is on the sideline. He's over towards the sideline. I was wondering there if he was even in the game because I saw Nate McCahill, the backup quarterback, but I didn't see Edwards, and he's in there.
They have been in no great hurry. They will get the ball to start the second half. They're trailing 3-0. And they put it on the ground again. And nice pickup by Dalen Hall, and Max Baker makes the stop.
But if you're Coach Moore, you should be calling timeout here. You got 3 timeouts. I don't understand it. You're going to get the ball around midfield. But then they finally do call timeout.
Just called one.
Just wasted 16 seconds, though. Yeah, but they still wasted.
All right, jumping back over to Carmel and Lawrence Central. Carmel up 10-7 in this one, and with possession, as you can see, quarterback trying to make something happen. So let's take it away with the call and see if they can add some more points to the board.
Another first down. Excellent improvisation there. Improvisation there.
I'll tell you what, he went his first, second, third option, you know, now people open there, first down, Carmel again, fix for Carmel again. Look at that passing there. Look at that pass on the run, on the money.
14 on that catch and run by Barron Smith.
Great catch there, man. A decent spot.
He's really come up big this year. Towards the end of the season, into this game, he's only had 7 catches on the year. And Williams keeps it himself this time, but this time he's dropped down quickly. Damian Mann and Farrell were in on that stop.
They're sleeping, but it did not work on that play.
Bring up 2nd and 9 as we're past 3.5 minutes. Christian Williams has really added a new dynamic to this offense. Darrell at one point he was the emergency 3rd string backup, almost like that scout team quarterback.
It's better to be ready than get ready. So he was ready for his opportunity, and he's taking the most of it.
This time Williams throws it to the left side. That was a low ball, but
looked like it hit the turf on the way over there. I'm not sure.
It looked like it hit the turf.
Yeah, look, it bounced right into the receiver there, but the officials are a lot closer than we are, so obviously there must have been a catch.
There was a good stop there by Rayner and Leonard Duke. Bring up 3rd down from midfield. Need to get to the 44 of Lawrence Central for a first down.
This would be huge for the Bears defense here. This would be huge. They're all huge, I guess.
Let's see if Lawrence Central can get another stop. Dylan Downing splits out wide to the left. Williams back to throw again, left side again. This time it's complete to Downing, and he has the first down and more. Crosses the 40, down at the 38 for a gain of 12.
I tell you what, Downing made the catch, turned around, and he was not about to step out of bounds. As you can see, makes the reception here, turns, and knocks over a guy and picks up a few more before he is ultimately brought down.
Approaching the 2-minute mark of the first half. Carmel has been in firm control, but they only lead 10-7 over Lawrence Central.
Seems like it should be a lot more than that, but again, hats off to LC.
On first down, split black formation. Hand off to Eric Allen. It's going to net a gain of 5. Good mix of running in this first half between Allen, Downing, and
I want to take a break in this action here to bring you some scoring update here in that matchup between Zionsville and Fishers. This one, as you can see, tied up 14-14, but take a look at how Zionsville kind of changes the tone of this one with a beautiful fade to the corner of the end zone.
Good
and again,
footwork, too. Nice concentration.
That'll make it 2014, and like I said, I've enjoyed watching Zionsville watch all season. Like you taught me, don't let the record fool you. They've played some of the best teams really, really tough all season long, and they're doing it again tonight against Fishers. So back into this one, Carmel, Lawrence Central, Carmel with possession and that 3-point lead.
Hats off, and we have the Lawrence Central Bears clapping. So obviously that's going to go perhaps against the Greyhounds, so this is all coming back.
I was about to say, that was a good catch, Daryl.
As we can see here.
You had the field judge taking his hat off on that one. The ball was intended for
great catch.
Dylan Downing, but normally that means it's out of bounds, and that.
Let's see if we see him go out.
You see the Carmel offense trotting back.
So he's
inbounds.
Out of bounds, and you can't be the first guy to touch it. That's what the penalty is going to be here, and it's a very huge break.
All right, jumping back over into this matchup here between Martinsville and Plainfield. Plainfield still up big in this one, 21-8. Let's take it away with the call.
Vanderbush keeps it himself, and he gets near the goal line, gets a shot. Martinsville says the ball came loose. I have not seen a we'll see. The officials are going to have to talk about this, and they give it. Martinsville gets the turnover, the fumble. Cale Vanderbush got hit at, I think, the 1-yard line and then coughed it up. Artesians were able to jump on it. I did not see the fumble. I saw Vanderbush get to about the 1-yard line, then just run into a brick wall. And I just saw Martinsville signaling.
A crucial red zone fumble in that one, changing possession at the best time for Martinsville and the worst time for Plainfield. So let's jump back into this one. New Pal Delta, right now New Pal still up 7-0 in this one.
To go for the first down, so a big third down situation again. There's the fake in the backfield. Rolling out is Hunt. Comes near side, pass incomplete. Intended for Luke Belangi. So it's going to be 3 and out here.
Well, this is a tough pass. You see New Pal with all kinds of pressure. Now, see, here's a right-handed quarterback running left and then has to fall back. Really was never able to get his feet and plant them and get a solid arm on it.
So Zach Stanley is going to come in for the third time in the 3 possessions that Delta's had to punt the football. The last one was a pretty darn good punt that set him up in pretty good field position, defensively anyway. He will get it away from the 25-yard line. It's another nice one. It'll be taken right at the 30-yard line and a fair catch called for.
You know, one of the things we're seeing, so much has been.
All right, going to jump over and bring you some of the action we're able to bring you as we are now statewide here on IndyStar Friday Night Live. This one, the matchup between Fort Wayne and Carroll. This one brought to us by our friends at Summit City Sports. As you can see, Carroll
that powder blue. That powder blue is
nice.
That is
nice. They are class. It reminds me almost like the old school Oilers a little bit. They need a little.
I was thinking of Columbia University because I'm a smarty pants.
No, I see you. I'm thinking of shouts out to Warren Moon. So this one right now, 13-6 in favor of Carroll. And so glad to be able to bring you, again, statewide action. We went statewide for the first time last week. A lot of games, a lot of action, and we're going to continue to do it as long as IndyStar Friday Night Live.
And Wayne is interesting because this is a team that played for sectional title last year and now they're 0-8 this year. So not sure how and what's going on with Wayne. We don't, I don't know a ton about Fort Wayne football. I've got 80 high schools to keep an eye on here in Indianapolis.
Big task.
Yes, but so kind of interesting to see how they are, but really playing well tonight.
All right, let's see how they finish out their season and see if they can have a 1-8 season instead of a 0-9. Let's take it away with the call.
Up, but number 55 in the backfield, Reeve Muncie. And Carroll is going to call a timeout with 1:06 left here in the second quarter. 2 timeouts left. We'll take a quick one. Rhythm here, SummitCitySports.com.
All right. Just want to come back and say thank you again to everyone who is watching us here on IndyStar Friday Night Live. Remember, use that hashtag IndyStarFNL, and we are available on pretty much any platform you can get your hands on. IndyStar.com. Thanks to our friends at the IHSAA. You can find us there. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook Live. If you have a screen,
we can be seen.
He made that up. He's very proud of it.
I did.
We're going to take a quick break with a word from our sponsors who have been supporting us all season long. So here's a quick 60-second break from Bath Experts. All right, big thank you to Bath Experts. We're going to jump right back into the action. This matchup between New Pal and Delta, still 7-0 and kind of a low-scoring affair, in my opinion. If you've been watching New Pal football this season long, didn't expect to see it this low and this close so far.
7-0 at the end of the first quarter is a win for Delta. There's no doubt about that. Again, New Pal hasn't. If they win tonight, this would be the 7th straight regular season New Pal has gone without a loss.
My gosh.
Just think about that. And just think about, so that would be 63 straight regular season wins. That's not even close to the record. The record is owned by Penn, who won 89 straight regular season games from 1985 to 1996. So New Pal's got a long way to go to get to that. But still, what Kyle Ralph has done with this program has just been really amazing to watch. They went from a losing record the year before he arrived to this stretch that they're on where they haven't lost a regular season game in 7 seasons. Let's take it away with the call. Lincoln Roth, though, going deep right here. He's got his man. He's got him.
Wide open.
That is a touchdown. Now, Lincoln Roth has been a fantastic story. This kid was on JV. He wasn't even really playing on JV. Now he's a starter for New Pal at quarterback, and he's having himself a heck of a season.
That's right. He's been a fixture here on IndyStar Friday Night Live. We've been bringing you his highlights all season long. I feel like we've always called him doing these kind of catches and just always scoring. So just a beautiful, beautiful opportunity to see that.
His 16th touchdown pass of the year, only has 4 interceptions. He has really been great. But here we are. We're going back to Heritage Christian against South Putnam. The Eagles are in the red zone. There's Max Milton throwing it deep. Looks like Harrison Eckel makes the grab, but going to be out of bounds. Going to be out of bounds, so they're going to give it again. Go it again. This Heritage Christian offense is very high-powered. They've got Colton Brown at running back. There's only 5 seconds left in the first half here. This is 3rd down, so you make a decision here. Do you kick it, or do you go for the touchdown? It looks like the offense is staying on the field right now.
I absolutely think that's the best decision.
And like I said, Heritage Christian is going to put points up on the board. It's what they do. Max Milton's a heck of a quarterback. Harrison Eckel on the outside, a great receiver, and right there in your living room. And then you got Colton Brown and Peyton Brown. So the Heritage Christian will score points. And they're going to talk about it here. They're going to call timeout with 5 seconds left. Would you go for it?
I absolutely go for it. And like you said, the risk reward here is definitely in the favor of Heritage Christian. You're already up. You got 5 seconds left. You don't have the opportunity unless you throw a pick or do something like that. Don't want to speak that into existence on this team and put some bad mojo in the air, but I think you go for it because if you score, you're going with some huge momentum going into the half and a very, very comfortable lead going into the half as well. So I absolutely think you got to go for it, and I hope they take my advice because to bring you another touchdown would be a whole lot of fun here on Friday Night Live.
Yes, and Heritage Christian is ranked 6th in 2A. So they're 7-1. They know how to win. They know how to score.
They're going to look to do it again.
Yeah. What do we got? We have the offense out there?
Let's see what they're going to go with.
It looks like the offense is out there. I like it.
All right. So this here, they're trying to, like I said, go into that second half with some momentum and a touchdown instead of settling for 3. And let's see what happens next.
Our coverage begins. High school basketball on Indiana SRN.
Coach Ray decides to try to get the 3 points before the half. Caleb King is set up. Going to be about a 35-yard field goal attempt. The snap is down. The kick is up.
It's
looks
good.
And is good as time has expired. 16-6 is our half.
All right, the kick is up and good on that one, so let's jump back over to this matchup between Plainfield and Martinsville. Score is still the same. If you do remember, we were watching Plainfield march down the field for what looked to be another scoring drive, but fumbled pretty much at the one to cough that ball back up. So a crucial fumble, a minute left in the first half in this one. Let's see what happens next.
Artesians, if they can just get a stop, they will get the ball to start the second half. So if they can just keep Plainfield off the scoreboard this first half, you've got to think that Martinsville would feel okay with themselves. And a nice stop. Bo Hess came up from his linebacker spot across the 45 to about the 43. So 3rd and 13 with 37 seconds. Clock still running. So Plainfield, they may just either run it out or throw one heave here to the end zone. Going to do a quick pass and hit hard. Kind of Clark got blown up by Andy Myers. That stops the clock, but it's going to be 4th and 13 for the Quakers. And good job by the defense there. Plainfield got this football with about 2 minutes left. So plenty of time for them to score. Well, we'll still 4th down here, 26 seconds left. Plainfield looks to be going for it. Now the quarterback takes a step back. This might be just a quick punt here. And they will. High punt. And Artesians just better get away from it. And it's down inside the 20-yard line at the 22-yard line with 19 seconds left. So good.
All right, punt there. So we're going to do a rapid switch. We're into the middle of some band action. This one is here at Fisher's, and as you can see, a lot of action on the field. And boy, look at that. That's beautiful
serious
down the line trail. As you can see, the auxiliary are lined around their band, supporting their teammates, and they just did a beautiful transition from the rifles twirling, the flags going, and they are really making their band look good. Now, this has been one of my favorite parts of bringing your Friday Night Live all season long, is bringing this action. And we're going to do some rapid switching. So not only do you not miss band, but we don't want you to miss any football action. This one, New Pal Delta, still 14-0 advantage. New Pal, not a surprise, and they have got the ball again and are looking to add even more points to the board. And what do you know? They've done it. Touchdown, New Pal. It's a phrase I've been saying all season long. So that's going to put them up 20-0 over Delta in this one.
You know, it seems just a minute ago this was 7-0, and we were talking about how close of a game it is, and then New Pal does what New Pal does. They just flip the switch, and they take your soul from you.
And I almost feel bad because I talked about, wow, I'm so surprised the score is so low. And apologies to the young men on Delta. I feel like I've spoken this quick run into existence. My bad. Fruit basket is on the way.
Yes, and here is a quick score update that you might need to know. Decatur Central leads Franklin 20-14 at halftime in that big mid-state conference showdown.
Absolutely. And like I told you, rapid switching on Friday Night Live from touchdowns to band. Now, as you can see, a very, very intricate precision tactic here right now. This is tricky because it's late in the season, not only for your football team, but for your band. What you don't realize is that the wear and tear on these student musicians is just as rough as the wear and tear on the student athletes, because all season long, more than likely, they're still wearing the same kicks that they, had to get, the mandated, you got to get your white sneakers usually or something like that. Nobody overdid it. They don't wear their top-notch Nikes or Adidas on this field. They grab something probably from an aisle in Walmart, and those things are struggling. The ties are hurting, the soles are speaking, your feet are bleeding, but you know what? You perform and you persevere because they know that halftime is the main event for many fans in the stands. It's just the way it is. So, shout out to these young musicians for keeping it going all season long. Hey, I feel your pain. I used to live your pain. So we are back with some more highlights here for IndyStar Friday Night Live. Matt Glenn, as you can see, keeping an eye on all the scores from around the area.
I'm trying to keep us on pace here.
It's a lot of stuff. We got 12 games we're bringing you. We got even more games from around the area that we're keeping you updates on, including big ones that can determine who's going to win conferences.
Correct.
So a lot to keep track of here on the final week. So let's take a moment to bring you some more highlights in some of the games from around the area.
Sure thing. We talked about the battle of undefeateds in Class A. Here's Lutheran. That's Marcus McFadden. He's probably one of the best players in Class A. I would say he's probably one of the top 3 players in all of Class A. He scores a touchdown there for the Saints. They lead at that point. That put them up 14-13 over Traders Point Christian, who is undefeated going into that game as well, both 8-0, so a heck of a game there. Here we go. Decatur Central, I told you the score is 20-14. Well, guess what? Another Kenny Tracy touchdown. All he does is score touchdowns, and there he is, scoring another.
Beautiful, staying in bounds.
He does a great job there. Hey, let's go back to that Lutheran game. What do you say? Lutheran Traders Point. This is Jalen Elliott with a 23-yard touchdown catch. Nice, just going up and grabbing it. So Lutheran leads Traders Point. Top-ranked Lutheran going up against, I think, 11th-ranked Traders Point Christian. So, yeah.
Good matchups all around, good action all around, and we're going to take a quick moment to help you catch your breath. Here's a word from our sponsors, Bath Experts. All right, big thank you to our sponsors, Bath Experts, for the support all season long. And we're going to jump right back into some action and try and give you a first look at one of the mini games that we're bringing you this Friday on IndyStar Friday Night Live. But remember, if you are watching at home or in the stands, use the hashtag IndyStarFNL to share all your thoughts. So we're going to jump back in here. New Pal and Delta. New Pal, that big lead that you've seen them build here on Friday Night Live over their last couple of possessions. This went from a 7-0 game to a 21-0 game, just like that. Delta, however, hanging in. They're 7-1 for a reason, and they're going to try to do their best to keep New Pal from doing what they've been doing for, 7 seasons now, which is win football games. Let's take it away with the call.
There was a marker down again.
Yeah, and to your point here, their conference is who it is, but New Pal coming into tonight has only beaten 2 teams with winning records, and that's Yorktown and Mount Vernon. That doesn't mean the other teams are not competitive, but
all right, going to jump and actually bring you a first look here. This is that matchup between Bishop Dwenger and Northrop, about more Fort Wayne action, courtesy of our partners who are helping us take this show statewide over at Summit City Sports. As you can see right now, Northrop with a lead 7-0 over Bishop Dwenger. Let's take it away with the call.
3rd and 1 for Dwenger at the Northrop 45. Saints run it, and they will get the first down. And that's Patrick Finley, the 6-foot, 185-pound senior. He's carried the ball 43 times this season for 316 yards, 3 touchdowns, averaging 7.3 a carry. He got 7 yards right there. And the Saints just keep throwing running backs at you all night long. First down at the 38-yard line of Northrop. 10:47 to go, third quarter. Saints trailing 7-0. Two receivers to the near side, one to the right. Lytle's going to throw on first down. And he has a man open. It's caught at the 30. First down. Look out to the 20. Into the red zone to the 15. Down to the 13-yard line. Patrick O'Keefe. Lytle to O'Keefe. O'Keefe this season, 14 catches, 184 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And they pick up 25 on that play. Dwenger all of a sudden is knocking on the door. First down for Dwenger at the Northrop 13-yard line. A great chance for the Saints to tie the game. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the right. And it's a running play off the right side, down to the 10, down to the 9-yard line is Devon Tipman. He rushed for 129 yards last week in the victory over Snyder. He got 3 yards on that play, and that's his first carry of the night. Ball is at the 10 of Northrop. We'll call it second down and 7. Saints can get a first down without getting a touchdown. Northrop leading 7-0, but the Saints are knocking on the door. 3 receivers on this side. Here's Lytle's pass, and it's caught at the 10 and down to the 5, short of the first down. And a flag comes in after the play is over. After the play is over, we have a flag thrown. The reception made by Jack Tipman, number 83, but a personal foul penalty is going to be assessed here. And who is the guilty party? Waiting for a signal from the man in the white hat. That flag was thrown after the play was over, and that's a personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct on both teams. Offsetting penalties. And the Dwenger fans right now here are going, whew. So offsetting penalties, offsetting personal foul penalties. Referees just sending a message there to the players. All right, fellas, knock it off. 3rd down and 2. At the 5, and now whistles before the snap, and Dwenger will call a timeout. So we'll step aside. Back in a moment on SummitCitySports.com.
All right, going to jump back over to this action. Center Grove Cathedral still 3-0. Feels like it's been the same score for eternity.
Yeah, but Cathedral's got a really, really good offense engineered by Orrin Edwards, the quarterback there, but Center Grove's defense, you just see it there. They are dominating this game. And I know the MIC, they're battle-tested, and the Center Grove team started the season 0-3. They've got it back to 4-4, so they've won 4 of their last 5 games. They're really finding themselves. And Eric Moore, this isn't a vintage Eric Moore team, but they are really rounding into shape here as the state tournament starts, and you have to think they're favored in their sectional. So this is a good test for them. Cathedral's a good team in 5A, but Center Grove really, really putting the clamps down on this Irish offense.
Absolutely. All right, let's take it away with the call and see what happens next.
At least so far in this game, mostly it's been Christian Clausen and Silas Devaney carrying the ball a lot for this team. And they've had a lot of success through that. Yeah. It's nice to see just how deep the Blackhawks are with their running offense.
It's a little bit of a personnel change, but the Blackhawks look like they've adapted, and they're doing really well. That's what I like about the Blackhawks runners. They're interchangeable. They all run the same. They run hard. They hit the holes, and they're always trying to pick up those extra yards. So I don't see a problem with this personnel change right now.
Blackhawk defense, again, as I said, those first 2 drives, they gave up. It was 2 big plays. That's essentially what it was. It was back-to-back big plays. I think Carroll was only forced to really run about 6.
Sack.
All right, sack there. So we're going to jump back over to this matchup between New Pal and Delta. Still 21-0 in favor of New Pal, and they still have the ball. They've had the ball a bunch, and we'll see what happens next.
33. Here's the pass caught at the 30 and dragged out at the 24.
Pass complete to number 5, Eric Radebush.
So Eric Radebush will give the Dragons yet another first down. Nothing more than a slant pattern setting in at the wideout spot.
Delta, unfortunately, is in some trouble here. They have got to come up with some plays like they did early on in that first period where they made some stops, so they're going to get another score here from New Pal.
Charlie again fakes the handoff, and it's kept by Roth, and he's got to be shoved back at about the 27 and 28-yard line. All kinds of bodies coming after him in there. Lane Cardamon, one of the guys coming in defensively.
Good stop by Delta.
Yeah, Kyle Tempest, number 36, one of the first guys to get there. So a loss back to the 25. Second down and a dozen. Wanting to throw. Got a receiver upfield and overthrew him, and we'll have pass interference again.
A lot of contact there. In fact, may have even been tripped.
It was Trevor Edgerton defensively, and some penalties are better than others because if he doesn't knock him down, it's probably a touchdown.
It's probably a touchdown.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's all things considered not a bad thing for Delta because separation was made, and it looked like he had a great shot at catching that.
So we'll go half the distance. Should be about the 13. Yeah, that's where they put it down.
Well, Bake, it's New Pal's offense for sure is living up to everything that as advertised, but really for me the storyline in the first half is the inability of Delta to run the football. They just have forced their defense to live on the field.
From the 13, a first down and 10. Near side. Down to about the 10. Might have fallen forward to the quarterback, Lincoln Roth. They've had 4 first downs in this drive.
They've really let Roth run the football a lot here in the second period. And the good news is he's got great ability to do that. The bad news is you kind of fall asleep on Spiegel, and that's not good either.
Evan Conley on the tackle that time. The clock winding down to 3:10 to go in the half. 21-0 football game in favor of New Palestine. And stood up at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a move inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line. I'm impressed right now, Jen. I'll be honest with you. This Delta defense doing a pretty good job.
Well, considering how long they've been out there, they've got to be a little bit gassed right now. They've lived on this field. Number 73, Braxton Edwards, the junior, continues to play pretty good defense here.
3rd down and 6.
You can tell by Delta's body language, that front line, they've been out there a while.
From the 9-yard line, around the left end is Riker Large, and Large will go in from 9 yards out.
All right, another New Pal touchdown now. So let's jump in and give you a first look at this matchup between the Corydon Central Panthers and the Silver Creek Dragons. This one brought to us by our friends at Southern Indiana Sports Productions. And as you can see, Silver Creek enjoying the 14-0 advantage over Corydon right now. So let's take it away with the call and see what happens next.
Third quarter. As we move close to the 6.5-minute mark here in the third quarter. Vessel takes the snap. He's going to throw it long. He's got a man down there, and the ball is caught. Great catch by Singleton down there. It is Jaden Singleton. Got behind the defense, and a big play, and that may be what Corydon needed as they move it into Silver Creek territory up to the 48-yard line. Let's watch this again. Nice pass this time by the freshman. He just flung it out there and hit Singleton right on the numbers, and that's a first down and 10 at the 48-yard line. Nice pickup in there.
I think if he'd have led the receiver there just a little bit more, he'd have been home sweet home.
Well, I tell you, that's a 30-yard pickup, and we're going to have this time, it looks like Singleton wanted to get a little head start that time.
Yeah.
From his wide receiver.
All right, going to jump over. Casino Grove is in the red zone here in this matchup against Cathedral. Let's see if they can add some points to the board. Again, 3-0. It's been this way pretty much all game long. We'll see if they can break this one open and get themselves a little
got a late flag here. I wonder what that's about.
All right, let's take it away with the call and see what the refs got to say.
Yeah, he'll tell us.
The challenge is that, they're becoming part of the story. And another personal foul. The third personal foul call on this drive.
Against Cathedral.
It's on 58, Sean Oldham.
Half the distance.
Penalty moves the ball to the 5-yard line.
So that was unsportsmanlike conduct?
Yeah. I mean, Center Grove had this ball, at the close to midfield, I think. They've got 45 yards in penalty. 3 personal fouls, or two with an unsportsmanlike conduct.
And Weems, the ball carrier, he goes nowhere. And he's tackled on the play by David Gull. Loss of a yard. Third down and 4 from the 6. This drive has simply been because of those 3 major penalties against Cathedral. 33 yards, 3 penalties on this drive. Into the right corner, incomplete. Incomplete.
Jackson's pass is incomplete.
Thanks to the good people, Central Indiana Chevy dealers. We will tell you that the Chevy dealers are having their open house. Visit your local Central Indiana Chevy dealer. Experience Chevy's all-star lineup, all-star service, and all-star deals. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer. So, Austin Watson, who kicked a 30-yarder earlier, is in for another one. His kick has the distance, and his kick is good. His kick is good. It's Center Grove 6, Cathedral.
All right, the kick is good there, putting them up 6-0 in that matchup. So jumping back over here in this matchup between Zionsville and Fishers as they start the second half.
When you see that Fishers logo, what do you think of?
I don't know. What do you Thundercats?
Thundercats.
Oh!
Yeah, Thundercats. A little Lionel action.
That's a reference that only some of you will understand.
Yeah,
but
go look it up. Go YouTube it.
All right, so Zionsville up 21-14 on the Fishers Thundercats. Excuse me, that's not really what they really are. But we're going to take it away with the call.
Oh, we got a fumble.
Oh, we got a fumble here.
Ball on the ground.
And you've mentioned, too, again, we've talked a little bit about Zionsville, this team, and what they've shown. So the way they're taking it to Fishers is big. Look, that's a big celebration for what might be just a fumble.
Well, it's a fumble, so Fishers got the ball in Zionsville territory. That's a big momentum switch. It's 21-14. You start the second half. You get in there at halftime. Your coach tells you, we got to get the ball. We got to score. We got to stop them.
All right,
What happens?
No judgment. You clear the bench because if you fumble, what happens if you cough it right back up? What do you do?
Enthusiasm is contagious,
All right. Well, hopefully that show of enthusiasm leads to a show of another score so they can tie this one up. Let's take it away with the call.
I bet you see a touchdown here in the first play. Marcus Rue's going to go deep. Watch.
All right, put some money on it.
I won't.
Their defense gave them. Rue, under center, takes the snap, and end around to Reggie Cook-Graham. And Reggie Cook-Graham will gain a couple.
Looks like it'll be about second and 8, second and 7. Looks like it'll be second and 9.
Zach Mullins there on the tackle. 1 yard gain, second and 9 at the 33-yard line.
Graham coming off the field.
Let's see what the Tigers offense does here after that end around.
2 to his left, 1 to his right. Scally behind him.
Rue awaiting the snap. Rue takes the snap. High snap. Handoff. Dylan Scally. Here goes Dylan Scally. Dylan Scally. Touchdown Tigers.
That is exactly what Fishers wanted to do coming out of the half. Get up, score quickly. Stop Zionsville on the first offensive possession. Scally did a great job there finding the hole and just going straight through all the way to the end zone.
And now Jack Phillips will come on to tie the game. After the way the first half ended, we did not see this coming. Jack Phillips, it is good. We are tied.
All right, so big touchdown for Fishers, making the most out of that change of possessions and that fumble. So I guess that bench clearance celebration was worth it. I take back my criticism because they turned it into points, and now it's all tied up 21-21 in Zionsville. It's Killjoy, not Joy Kill. Hey, come on now.
That's probably right.
All right, we're going to bring you some more joy here on IndyStar Friday Night Live, presented by Bath Experts, with another batch of highlights from games from around the area. What do we got?
Here we go. We got that big mid-state matchup. This is Franklin. This is Drew Byerly getting taken down. Before he can get sacked, he throws it to Max Lancer for this touchdown. 6 points there for Franklin. Again, it was 20-14 at halftime. That is a game we will be keeping our eye on the rest of the night. Hey, guess what? Traders Point Lutheran, we've been showing this game a lot between the two undefeateds because they just can't stop scoring points. It is 42-20 at halftime Lutheran, but this is Traders Point getting on the board. This is Kai Johnson, another long touchdown catch for him.
Very nice.
Here we go. We've been showing you all these big plays from New Pal, but here's just a different angle for you. Here's Lincoln Roth to Brody Luker, right in stride. That's how you want to do it. Couldn't have handed it to him in a better spot. Touchdown, New Pal. And then guess what? We're sticking with New Pal. Lincoln Roth, he can throw it. Hey, guess what? I'm going to run it too. And I'm going to go this way, run right into your living room for touchdown.
Yep, and those two plays really switched things up. That one was a tight matchup.
The end zone tackled him better than the Delta players did. If you watch
Oh,
there.
that's tough.
Oh, is that hard? Here we go. Ben Davis field goal because this. Why are we showing you a field goal? Well, because it's 7-5 in the bottom of the 6th inning. So a field goal there for Ben Davis. North Central leads that game 7-5. Again, if North Central wins that game, they win the MIC Conference outright. They have never won the MIC since it's been around in 1996. That would be a huge, huge win for them.
Possible history in the making.
Hey, guess what? We're going back to New Pal because they couldn't stop scoring. This is Eric Rudabish. He gets the interception right here. Yep, thank you. And then New Pal would add another touchdown there. So New Pal's separating itself from Delta, about to win, probably will win their 63rd straight regular season game. Again,
rough.
haven't lost in 7 years in the regular season, so New Pal doing it and doing it well.
All right. And we're going to keep doing it well here on IndyStar Friday Night Live, presented by Bath Experts, and bring you some more action from around the area. Remember, if you are watching, use the hashtag IndyStarFNL to share all of your thoughts, even if you're at one of the games. Feel free to bring up the show on your tablet or your smartphone or your Palm Pilot or whatever you might be using.
Is Palm Pilot still a thing?
I have no idea, but if Palm Pilot is still a thing, you can watch us because we're everywhere. IndyStar.com, IHSA, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. We're everywhere. We're worldwide. Well, not worldwide, but we're statewide. And big thank you to our network sponsors who are making that possible. So let's going to jump back into another highlight, because even though we're done with highlights, we want to bring you one more. Cathedral, Center Grove, big matchup here. Let's take a look at the call and see what happens next.
Edwards to throw. He's firing over the middle, and he's got it. Touchdown! David Perry, touchdown! 45 yards.
All right, another big
nice.
highlight, and that one is big because after that field goal, they answered back, and now that game is all tied up. So what started off as kind of a stalemate, people are opening up now in the second half.
Technically, it's still a stalemate if it's tied.
Well, at least they're scoring instead of looking at each other.
So it's not stale.
It's our fresh mate. That's awful. We're going to take a jump into another game. We're going to try
once
and bring
again,
you,
Gatlin under center.
We have, again, a statewide partnership bringing this one, Corden and Silver Creek. Right now, 14-0 in favor of Silver Creek. Let's take it away with the call.
Some miscommunication as he loses some yardage this time as the ball goes back to about the 17-yard line. It is a loss in there of a couple of yards, and it'll bring up 2nd and 12. 2nd and 12 as we count down the last 30 seconds of the third quarter. Gatlin under center this time. And he pitches it this time to Messer, I believe. Messer cuts around the right side. And let's see. It's about a 5-yard pickup in there. As actually it's Knight on the carry, my correction. As we've got Mays in there. We've got 18 and 19 in there. Mays, the big freshman, in there. And it brings up 3rd and 7. Ball given to Mays. Mays cuts up the middle, and he is in for the score. The freshman takes it in. Nice.
All right, another touchdown here on IndyStar Friday Night Live. So we're going to take a quick break with a word from our sponsors, Bath Experts. All right, big thank you to Bath Experts, and we're going to jump right back into some action. We showed you the touchdown that just happened in that Center Grove Cathedral game. We're going to jump back into it and see what happens next. Right now, Center Grove is, well,
there was an injury, so they had to go away from it. They don't like to show you injuries.
Definitely.
So guess what? We're going to Bishop Dwenger Northrop right now.
All right, this one also a 7-6 matchup. Again, possible now to go statewide here on IndyStar Friday Night Live, brought to us by Summit City Sports. Let's take it away with the call.
They've had 6 different guys carrying the football tonight for Dwenger. First down for the Saints from their own 46. Here's Lytle, play action. In trouble as he rolls to his right. He throws, and that ball goes out of bounds into the bench. Incomplete. Boy, trying to chase him down was Jordan Young, number 77. Incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10 now for Dwenger at their own 46-yard line. Lytle has thrown for 69 yards tonight. Clock is stopped with 1:18 to go in the third quarter. Northrop 7, Dwenger 6. High formation behind Lytle, who's under center. Fullback has it up the middle, across the 50 to the 47, maybe the 46-yard line. 7 or 8 yards right there will bring up 3rd and short. Looked like it was K.J. Tippmann again. It was. KJ's a sophomore, 6'1", 190 pounds. So KJ Tippmann now 15 yards on 3 carries tonight.
All right, jumping back into Center Grove Cathedral. This one is going to be a field goal attempt here. Right now, 7-6 in favor of Cathedral after that big touchdown pass we showed you here on Friday Night Live. So let's see if they can reclaim this lead with a kick. It is up.
It is good. Waiting. The other guy was waiting.
And
for the other guy
it
to
is
say
good. So that is going to put Center Grove back on top, 9-7. So we're jump back into this matchup here between Bishop Dwenger and Northrop, 7-6. In this one, we'll see if the similar thing can happen here for Bishop Dwenger. See if they can get some points.
This is actually Northrop with the ball.
Well, I'm talking about in the future, not right now. They got time. It's only the third quarter.
Actually, it might be Bishop Dwenger with the ball.
Let's take it away with the call and find out.
The Saints will have to snap the ball here before the third quarter ends. Ball is at the Northrop 40-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Saints. They trail 7-6. And here's Lytle back to throw. And he's in trouble. He goes. Jordan Young got him for the sack and lost him about 3 yards. And there was a fumble in the play. Northrop has the football. Let's see if we can get the replay here, our traction replay. That'll be the second turnover of the game for Dwenger. Northrop has the ball, their own 42-yard line with 4 seconds to go.
All right, so big fumble and a turnover there. Let's jump back into this matchup between Wayne and Carroll. Wayne down 12-13. Carroll with the advantage, but Carroll does have possession. Let's see if they can add to the slim lead that they hold right now.
Held on nicely. That's going to be a 5-yard gain on the tackle. Evan Person, sophomore. 2nd and 5. Ball spotted right there at midfield. Becker going to take a peek. 3 wide receivers set in their twins near side. Harris in the backfield with Becker. Becker's going to waggle near side looking for Bransfield. Mitchell on the run and just off the hands. But you see the just effortlessness of Becker on the run, flicking it out there. Went about 40 yards in the air on the run and easy off that right fingertips there from Becker. But it's going to be a big 3rd down play here. With 10 and a half left in this third quarter. You flip-flop the formation. Becker. Batted down by Blackman, and yes, that's an incomplete pass. But Blackman, a great play, and 4th and 5.
All right, going to take a break in the action to show you a big play in this matchup between Zionsville and Fishers. And this one has really, really been heating up in the second half here. Zionsville dropping back and making a big play. Touchdown to break this 21-21 tie, and they're going to go up in this one. So, again, Zionsville playing a really, really good Fishers team, really tough. So I've really enjoyed watching them. Let's see if they can hold on to that lead, and let's jump back into this matchup here between Wayne and Carroll.
Horton Standing at his own, 36-yard line, the boot. Nice high spinner kick. What a kick, but takes a huge bounce. And will roll into the end zone for a touchback. We'll take a break here. 13.
All right, jumping back over here in this matchup between Martinsville and Plainfield. This one is still in the advantage. 21-15. Martinsville is down. And let's see if they can close this gap. Right now, they're not in possession, but they're going to. And we might have a touchdown here. Plainfield said, forget closing the gap. We're going to break it wide open.
This is what we do on Friday Night Live, folks. Wow. We try to give you all the big plays in the area as they happen, and we just struck gold right there.
Absolutely. So, again, it's been tough for Martinsville. They've tried to whittle away at that lead, get a little bit of momentum, and from fumbles, recoveries, and everything like that. So it's tough for them to see that happen. Plainfield enjoying it. Going to jump over here to this matchup between Carmel and Lawrence Central, still 10-6. Carmel with possession. Looks like they're lining up for a field goal to try and change that. Let's see if they can nail this one and go up 13-7 here on Lawrence Central.
I think we got a flag here.
Got everyone standing up, looking around, looking at each other.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to back it up a little bit.
All right, so they're going to have to kick for maybe a little bit longer, but they're in pretty good position, it looks like.
And
here
Spencer Hanna for Carmel is a really good kicker, so I don't know if 5 yards is really going to make that big of a difference, 30 to a 35-yarder. So
yeah, it's not like the weather's an issue either. So it's
no,
really
it is beautiful outside today. I hope you all got a chance to enjoy it. It was really nice. Go out and pick in a pumpkin or do something really fun.
Look at you, all ready for fall. You got your pumpkin spice latte or something
I don't
sitting
like
over there?
pumpkin, actually.
You don't like pumpkin?
Look at that. See, I told you Spencer Hanna's a good kicker.
Nailed it.
Call me a liar.
I would never do that.
Exactly.
So big field goal here. That's going to put Carmel up 13-7 in this matchup. We're going to jump over to some more action because the action don't stop here on IndyStar Friday Night Live.
This is Heritage Christian versus Southmont. Or
right
South Putnam.
And right now, Heritage Christian, the big 23-6 lead. They've been leading most of this matchup and have been piling it on. Let's take it away with the call and figure out what this flag's all about and bring in some more action because they are once again, as you can see, hanging out in the red zone. Well, someone's hanging out in the red zone.
Don't want to blame it on the officials, but the whistle has to be blown a lot sooner than was done on that game. As they call it unsportsmanlike conduct, and they call it helmet-to-helmet contact. Again, tough play. And now the ball goes back to the 25-yard line. Again, we don't want any bad plays at all in this game. So hopefully that player is fine and will continue to play.
And that's fortunate because the ball would have been at the 10-yard line for South Putnam. Instead, as Keith mentioned, they get at the 25, and before this play can develop, a flag is going to be thrown. And it looks to be a false start on the offense. So you get those free 15 yards, and now you move back 5 on the penalty.
Yeah, it's going to be 1st and 15 here. 4 minutes and 44 seconds left in the third quarter. This third quarter, Morales Group is one of our sponsors. We thank them very much for supporting Indiana SRN.
South Putnam finds themselves down, as you can see, 23-6. This is their first possession here in the third quarter. It's all the way down to 4:44, so Heritage Christian did a nice job taking some time off of that clock to start this third quarter. Stone will take the snap, look to throw right, and he has a receiver complete at the original line of scrimmage. And now it's going to be a second down and about 10, so the first down is really just about a...
All right, jumping out of this one to give you a first look at this matchup that's been going on between Guerin Catholic and Roncalli. As you can see, Roncalli has been having a great game with a big 42-14 lead here over Guerin Catholic.
And what's really interesting about Roncalli is they're 3-5. But they've played a brutal schedule. And Guerin Catholic has also played a pretty tough schedule. They're 5-3. They're ranked. But Roncalli is a team that you really think has a chance to win their sectional despite their 3-5 record. I would have to imagine that they are probably the favorite in their sectional. But Guerin Catholic has offensive weapons. Christian Gelov at quarterback has done great this season. Gus Baumgartner and Bernie McGinnis also been doing very well. So I know there's only 4:40 left in the fourth quarter, but we did want to hop in this game. These are two teams that you're going to want to keep an eye on in the state playoffs. And there goes a nice run for Guerin. But Guerin happens to be in the toughest sectional in the state. They are in a sectional with the number 1 team, the number 2 team, the number 6 team, and they are the number 10 team in their sectional. So that is just a crazy, ridiculous schedule. Sectional. Here we go back to the Center Grove Cathedral game. Center Grove trying to regain the lead. They are deep in Irish territory, so let's take it away with a call with our friends from the WHMB TV 40.
Jackson, watch him throw the ball downhill. It's a good throw, and it invites us It's a little bit outstretched arms, overthrew him just a little bit. But I believe, Vite might have ran more of a shallow route on that. I think Jackson thought he was going to run a little deeper, and I think that's why he threw it to that spot.
It's 3rd and 8 from the 15 of Cathedral. Center Grove trailing by 5. Center Grove is 1 of 9 on 3rd down conversions. Jackson firing into the end zone. Incomplete. Trent Fife, the intended receiver. Mario McCullough provided the coverage.
Play brings up 4th down.
So here we go. He's kicked 3 of them, and we'll see if Austin Watson can kick his 4th.
Well, he definitely has the leg for it.
They didn't want to settle for 3 here, though. They were deep in Cathedral territory.
No, absolutely not, because when you can get those big plays like that.
32-yard attempt. And the kick is no good. He missed it. Wide right.
All right, so a missed field goal there. So let's jump back into this matchup between Fishers and Zionsville. Zionsville up 28-21 in this matchup. Let's take it away with the call.
Barely. That was the first one. And yes, 1st down Tigers. Garrett Williamson on the tackle. 1st and 10 at the 41, under 3 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Rue takes the snap and will play action. Going deep for Jeffrey Simmons. And incomplete. He was out of bounds.
Almost had it a little overthrown.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 at the 41 with 2:39 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Look for another possible shot down the field if not a run.
Rue, once again under center. 2 to his right, 1 receiver to his left. Scally in the backfield. And Rue will pass to Jeffrey Simmons. He's got Rue.
It's gone.
25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Almost end zone. Just short. They get him down at the 1. What a tackle by the Eagles. It looked like Jeffrey Simmons was going to score, but the Eagles denied him entry into the end zone. Access denied.
Big play there, so let's jump over this matchup between Plainfield and
It's actually a
Martinsville.
fake. Pass
And another big play here, as
Nice
you can
misdirection,
see.
the fake handoff.
Oh, man.
Gets him one-on-one on the outside touchdown. Let's go right back to that Fishers-Zionsville game. Here we go. Fishers a chance to tie the score up. Again, Zionsville, they play all tough all game. This is Marcus Rue, QB sneak. He's in there. Touchdown. See if the extra point can tie it up here in this big game in the Hoosier Crossroads Conference.
All right, and we're going to jump into bring you some more highlights after those 2 thrilling scores back-to-back here on IndyStar Friday Night Live. We want to show you some more big plays from around the area.
Sure do. Here we go. Hey, guess what? Lutheran. This is Marcus McFadden.
Well, you've been talking about them a lot.
Marcus McFadden, Matthew Van Tryon, IndyStar's Matthew Van Tryon wrote a great feature on Marcus earlier this year. I highly recommend you look that up. You can go to IndyStar.com and do search McFadden. It'll probably show up. Here we go. Another touchdown. New pal. Guess what? This is Riker Large, an end around. This is at the end of the first half. He's going to find his way into the end zone untouched. Scores there. New pal up big over Delta. Hey, who wants more Lutheran action? Here we go. Nice little catch, nice little run, nice little touchdown. Again, they were up 42-20 at the end of the first half over Traders Point, who also came to this game undefeated. But number 1 Lutheran, showing you why they are if they don't make it to Lucas Oil for the Class A state title game Thanksgiving weekend,
That'd be a shot.
Slap me across the face.
I would never do that, but I might think about it. What else do we got?
We got another new pal touchdown. Guess what? This is Lincoln Roth to Luker. Hey-oh, right there. And just drops it into the breadbasket. Guess what? I got one more highlight for you.
Where's
Guess
it from?
what? It's Kenny Tracy. He's going to score another touchdown for Decatur Central against Franklin as the Hawks say they want the Mid-State Conference all to themselves in this matchup, where if Franklin were to win, they would share it with Decatur Central. And Decatur Central is a really interesting team because they were the state runners-up in Class 5A last year, the first time they'd ever been to the state finals. They started the year 0-2 this year. Some people might have thought last year was kind of a fluke. They have run the table since then. They're going to win the Mid-State without losing a game in that conference. And so Decatur Central, again, they play in a brutal sectional. They have Cathedral, and then if happen chance they were to beat Cathedral, guess what? They got New Pal in the regional. So
it's not an easy road.
Not easy, but Decatur Central is a really good team. So I wouldn't count them out at all. And I said, started the year 0-2, but have really turned it up. Kyle Enright has done a great job with that team. Peyton Horsley at quarterback, and again, the Tracys. You got Kenny Tracy. It seems like there's a new Tracy every year over there.
Like
Tyrone Tracy, Larry Tracy. Well, now we got Kenny Tracy, and we got Javon Tracy, also another youngster on the team. So Decatur Central, really, really good. Jordan Miles on the defense, getting sacks all year long. So Decatur Central's a team I wouldn't want to face. But guess what? Cathedral has to face them in the first week of sectionals.
It's not easy. So I want to thank everyone who's been joining us, watching live on IndyStar Friday Night Live, presented by Bath Experts. We're going to jump back into this matchup. You mentioned Cathedral. They're still right now in progress here with the lead, 14-9 over Center Grove. So let's take it away with the call and see who's going to pull this one out for a victory.
There's a car.
Complete.
Davey Curry breaking up that pass attempt.
Let's get the down straight now. They got 4th and 2 up on the board.
Yeah, it's
fourth and 20.
Fourth down.
Yeah, 4th and 20. Nate Hillenberg in punt formation in his own 23.
Tim, does Cathedral have more penalty yards than they do passing yards?
And a fair catch at the 28-yard line. Taken by Veith.
Yeah, so Howard, Cathedral has more penalty yards than they do passing yards. I don't think I've ever seen that before in a football game.
Wow.
Especially as prolific as Irish's passing game is, averaging 202 yards passing per game.
Wow.
146 yards in penalties.
And they're ahead, 14-9. Cathedral. 16 seconds left in the third quarter.
Probably be very content with just running this play here and letting the clock run.
That pass is complete. That's good enough for a first down to Trent Veith. Vincent Constantino made the tackle.
It's a good call by Coach Moore. Fooled me on that one. You know, they don't throw the ball a lot. They've thrown it more tonight, I believe, than they have all season long.
And it looks like Center Grove would like to get another playoff. Why hasn't the clock been started?
Yeah, there it goes.
Well, they waited a long time before. All right, they're not going to get the playoff anyway. So that's the end of the third quarter.
All right, third quarter is running out in that one, so let's jump back over to this matchup. Carmel and Lawrence Central. Carmel up 20-7 now, breaking this game open here in the second half. Let's take it away with the call.
The pass was a little long there. Actually, really long. And fortunate for the LC. Ooh.
Well, that was Donovan Duffy.
I'll tell you what, he must have had 1 foot on the white part there, but that was actually a great catch.
That was an excellent read there by Duffy. Here's 3rd and 10. Baden has to trouble. Passes the 40, passes the 45. He's not going to get the first down. But at this point, Darryl, with 27 seconds plus a fourth quarter, time is running out. You should at least consider going for it here.
Well, I think that is probably what LC is going to do. Is go for it here. I mean, they're active right now. I like the way, you know, some of the plays that they're calling here. Why not go for it? You're down 20-7 here.
Well, Vaden, they're going to go for it. In the flat, that's through the hands of Ollie Allen. And with that, it's a turnover on downs. You see the LC offense still out there. You thought it was third. They thought it was third down, but well, it looks Looks like now it is 4th down.
All right, going to jump back over to this matchup between Martinsville and Plainfield, and looks like we've got a bit of a change after, I believe, what was another turnover in this one. So Plainfield enjoying a 35-22 lead over Martinsville, and Martinsville's momentum stalled again as they were marching, just got past midfield and were looking to make a comeback, but now they're going to have to fight from behind once again. Let's take it away with the call.
Well, now, like I said, it seems like when the offense struggles, the defense picks them up. So now it's time for the defense to get a stop here. They have not been able to stop Plainfield in the second half, and they've got a 2-score lead, 35-22, with 3:52 left to go in this third quarter. Essong on the quick pass, and Artesians really not fooled, do a nice job of.
All right, going to jump back over this matchup, Zionsville Fishers. Fishers is in the red zone. This one all tied up, 28 all, 20 seconds left in the third. So again, this is a crucial possession in a big matchup between Zionsville and Fishers.
Tigers offense will do here. Looks like maybe a running play or a slant. Rue. Handoff. Matt Noble. Did he get in?
So he's down at the 1.
Down at the 1, they say. They'll spot it at the 1 as Noble gains 2 on the carry. It'll be 3rd down and 1. And it looks like the Tigers are going to take this to the 4th quarter. Yeah, the Tigers are going to take it to the 4th quarter.
All right, they're going to run this one out. Let's begin the 4th quarter, so let's jump back into this matchup between Martinsville and Plainfield. Just a reminder, Plainfield, as you can see, still with that big lead. Martinsville was marching, but an interception cut that drive short. So Plainfield looking to put maybe a possible game-clinching score on the board here if Martinsville can't do something to turn it around. Let's take it away with the call.
Plainfield gets the play call from the sideline. Plenty of time, throws it, it's a high, and it's caught. And once again, another 3rd down conversion converted by Plainfield on 3rd and long. That's 2 or 3 that's happened tonight, where they've had it 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, maybe even longer, and has connected just an open receiver in the middle of the field. Vanderbush threw that kind of high, but receiver was able to go up and catch that. So Artesians needed to stop there, and they did not get it. So that continues this drive with 2:50 left to go in the 3rd quarter. And they're going to pass it. Noah, and it's a backwards pass again, and the second one of the night for Plainfield. The official was right there and immediately signaled for the backward pass, and that's a big loss for the Quakers. That's the second one that Plainfield has had. You usually don't see that. You rarely do you see one backwards pass incomplete for a loss like that, and definitely don't see 2. Yeah. So 2nd and 15 coming up for the Quakers now. Let's see if the Artesians can capitalize on the mistake. Tries to throw has a pass, as open receiver, tackled near the 40-yard line, make it the 42-yard line. So it makes it 3rd and manageable here for Plainfield, 3rd and about 7. So Artesians more than likely going to have to stop Plainfield twice because they're in Artesian territory and probably going to go for it on 4th down if they don't get the 1st down here. So Artesians going to either have to stop them twice or force a turnover here. They've already got 1, recovered a fumble in that first half near the goal line. Cale Vanderbush back to pass, little pump fake, still looking, gets away from one defender, throws it, it is nearly intercepted. Dangerous pass. Artesians probably should have had a sack there. Vanderbush looking, and just got some pressure. Threw it high. Fortunately, he did, because There's a Martinsville defensive back that
I want to jump over and bring you this matchup, Fisher-Zionsville, starting off first play of the fourth quarter. We know that they got close to close out the third quarter. Let's see what happens next. And Fisher's big possession here. Are they going to get in? And touchdown Fishers. So again, this big matchup that has become a back and forth shootout between these two teams, but Fishers is back on top with this one, 34-28. And again, a crucial possession. They made the most out of it, and they didn't let the fact that Zionsville was able to kind of get that early lead and hold on to it for a bit, stop them from doing what they've been doing all season. Again, they're ranked number 5 for a reason. So Fisher's coming back here, 34-28. Let's take a quick break from our sponsors, Bath Experts, and we will be back in 60 seconds. All right, big thank you to the Bath Experts for the support all season long. And we're going to jump right back into that matchup between Cathedral and Center Grove. Right now, as you can see, Cathedral up 14-9 on this one, and we got more scores.
Sure do. We've been talking about that battle in the MIC between Ben Davis and North Central all night. Well, Ben Davis now leads 16-7. That's 16 unanswered points for Ben Davis. So Ben Davis says they want to share that MIC title too. So if Ben Davis were to win, they share it with Warren Central and with North Central.
A lot of people sharing the pie there over there in the mid-conference, but wow, it's like you said, 16 unanswered. They are showing that this is a big game and they're playing like it.
He's done well, yes.
He's done a really good job this year. Only completing 45% of his passes coming into tonight with 579 yards passing. He's only a sophomore, this young man. He's got 126 yards passing tonight for the young man, but I've just seen a lot of maturing in that situation with him and making good reads as a quarterback.
13 yards and a first down. He overthrew it. It's almost intercepted. The intended receiver was Connor Delp, and he actually played defense there, knocking the ball away from Demetrio Constantino, which you have to do.
Yeah,
Good
the ball
play by
sailed
Delp.
on him right here. It just got away from him. That's exactly what happened. Constantino let that ball get too close to him and hit off of his shoulder pads and bounced off.
And Delp was wide open,
yes,
too.
He was. Again, you got to throw that ball downhill. That ball's got to be more on a line.
An excellent play by Delp to prevent the interception. Plenty of time for Jackson. Man out there, it's caught. It's caught inside the 30. Trent Fife, and he beat Demetrio Constantino on the play.
Well, that ball was thrown downhill. That was a good play, a good throw by Jackson. He's going to throw that ball all the way on the left sideline. Watch it right here. Watch Jackson. That's a hard ball to throw, throws the ball downhill. He put it only where he could catch it, in between the two defenders. An incredible play by Jackson and a good catch by Veith. Veith has been killing him all night.
And that is Weems with a nice pickup to the 20. Hold everything, a penalty marker down.
Yeah, it's holding on Center Grove, and he knows it. It's Luke Piper. Luke Piper leads by example. On this one, he did not, because it's a holding. And he knew it. He held his helmet and hit it, so didn't see the replay. Obviously didn't see it happening. So probably another good call by the officials, because Luke Piper knew exactly what he did.
Visit the Andy Moore Truck Center at their new location. 1601 South High School Road, 42 service bays, a large parts inventory, lease and rental, new and used trucks in Volvo and Ford. The Andy Moore Truck Center, GM Mark Plagman, sales manager Andy Janer, and Henry Hessen, Mark's grandson on those Avon Orioles. Undefeated, #1 in the state, coming into play tonight.
Yeah, the first game in the playoffs against Brownsburg. That's a heck of a matchup.
Yeah. You're not kidding.
You're undefeated. Guess what? You play one of the best teams in the state.
Firing, man wide open, and it's incomplete. It was thrown high. Veith was wide open. He couldn't.
All right, jumping back over to Zionsville and Fishers. And this matchup here, as you can see, Fishers is enjoying that 35-28 lead. And also, they have possession because
they have a timeout.
A little bit of trickery on Zionsville, and they tried to run a flea flicker, fumbled on the switch there, and Fishers has the ball again. So not the time to be coughing up the ball, especially when that's a big matchup. You're really hoping to beat a team like Fishers. So we'll keep an eye on that and do some rapid switching between that one and this matchup between Center Grove and Cathedral. Don't want you to miss any big plays as both of these games are heading towards their thrilling finishes.
That's Norley Investments. Firing, and it's almost intercepted. It was in his hands. It was in the hands of Jeff Unsinger. He didn't expect it. It was in his hands. It was deflected right to him, and he couldn't hang on.
Yeah, and he would have scored 6, too. Watch this right here. Jackson throws the ball just a little off target, and then Utzinger wasn't ready for it. Utzinger would still be running right now if he caught that one.
All right, jumping back over to Zionsville. Fishers about to run a play here. Let's see what happens next.
Takes the snap. Back to throw for Nick Leith. Caught. Leith will be brought down at about the 30-yard line.
All right, and back in the Center Grove.
Okay,
Cathedral.
here we go.
As these games
3rd
switch
and
around,
18.
me and Matt are just going to hang out with you,
Sure.
bringing the action here on IndyStar Friday Night Live. And we've got some action here. Is he going to...
Hey, did he
hold on to it?
Oh, I don't think he did. I don't think he did. I also don't think the quarterback was behind the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
Yeah, that was my thought. But, you know, hey, I'm not going to judge the refs here. If
But
you
he
wanna
put
let him
it
get
right
that
where
off.
it needed to go. Well, here's Fishers. So we got Marcus Rue going to hand it off to Dylan Scally. Guess where Dylan Scally's going to go? Nowhere.
Ooh,
Nope.
big stop there.
That was a nice tackle.
And again, Zionsville's really trying to make up for the fact that, you know, they had a position, they were marching, and that trick play kind of cost them as far as holding on to the ball here. You don't want to do that.
And those are the fine margins, you know, between 3 and 5 and 6 and 2. You know, those small plays, and you know, one play bounce, one goes here, there. Zionsville, like I said, they're better than their record, but you can't afford a mistake like that. I understand what they're doing, trick play, but you've scored 28 points without tricks to this point. Just let your offense do what they do, but I'm not a coach. I'm just an editor.
Absolutely, but good point. And Fishers is not the kind of team that you can really afford mistakes against because they have been making teams pay for it all season long. So, and we're going to stick with this one for a while. Center Grove is punting in that other matchup, so no need to check out that special teams play when we've got some crucial action here. So let's take it away with the call and stick with this one.
Look for another possible play action. Play on this.
2nd and 10 at the 29. Clock running under 9 minutes to play. Tigers have a 7-point lead.
2 to his left, 2 to his right.
Trying to chew the clock. Rue takes the snap. Back to throw. Looking. And that'll be incomplete.
A little over so.
Intended for Nick Leith.
Third and 10 on the 20.
10 with the incomplete pass that stops the clock with 8 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Rue. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Rue takes the snap, back to throw, and a screen pass to Jeffrey Simmons, and he'll be wrapped up.
Loss of 2 on the play.
So 4th and 12. Looks like the Tigers might actually go for it here. This is an interesting decision by the Tigers to go for it 4th and 12. Are you surprised by this decision, Luke?
I am. I honestly try to kick.
All right, we're going to jump over to this matchup between Carmel and Lawrence Central. Lawrence Central actually just made an interception, trying to march and make a comeback here in the fourth quarter. So let's see if they can make it happen here on IndyStar Friday Night Live.
Fakes the handoff. It's an option. Pitch out to the left side. Barnett Bonds picks up 6 or 7 on that one. Out of bounds at the 30. First time all night, in this second half that LC has moved the ball into Carmel territory. Going to bring up 2nd down and 3. Vaden fakes it.
Going upstairs.
Takes a shot downfield, nearly intercepted by Owen Schaefer. Schaefer had a good chance to come down with that one, but the Bears catch another break.
I'll tell you what, they were fortunate that didn't get picked off because, again, you had both the receiver and the defender just standing down there waiting for the ball to come. And, again, looked like it was maybe a little late, but, again, fortunate if you're the Bears.
That's something that's been encouraging from Vaden. He's been more willing to take shots downfield, something we didn't see 3 weeks ago. That pass is nearly batted down. Gaskin with some running room, knocked out of bounds at the 20. Great individual effort there as we have a late flag on the field.
I think he may have taken a shot to the face mask there. So that's for the penalty. You see the replay here.
We'll see what the officials call. Is it going to be
face
a late
mask.
hit? It's a face mask.
I saw that
on the Greyhounds, and that is in addition to the gain that Gaskin got. We're going to call that a gain of 11, as the ball was officially marked out of bounds at the 19.
I think he's wearing the face shield there, so I didn't think they were going to throw the flag there, but it was actually the right call to make there. And as he got loose there, the hit was a little.
All right, going to jump into this Zionsville-Fishers matchup, and as you can see, another possession change. Fishers went for it on a 4th down, did not convert, so gave the ball back to Zionsville, who already has some pretty nice field position.
And just a little shout-out to our viewer in Las Vegas,
hey.
because, Sin City, why not? Asking for a score update in that Indian Creek Northview game. Indian Creek leads 32-28. with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Absolutely. So we're going to jump back between these two matchups, back over to Carmel and Lawrence Central, as Lawrence Central is trying to make the most out of an interception that they got earlier in this quarter. So we're going to be hopping back and forth. Don't want you to miss anything because, again, this Zionsville-Fishers matchup, a big one at Zionsville, trying to reclaim the lead they had earlier and try and get a big win over a number 5 Fishers team.
Brody Weitzel once again on the reception.
Fishers defense really struggling on the 3rd down.
First and 10 at the 33.
All right, jumping back into Carmel and Lawrence Central, and that's going to be an incomplete pass.
Yes, and Lawrence Central, they're playing with a freshman quarterback right now because Jason Graves is not starting right now, so they're going with Vaden. I forget his first name, I'm sorry. But it doesn't matter because we're going back to the Fishers-Zionsville game.
All right. So, again, we'll be keeping an eye on both these matchups here on IndyStar Friday Night Live. If you are watching, which I know you are because we've got people in Las Vegas
and it's
watching.
Charles Vaden, by the way. So the Vaden family, if you're out there watching, not at the game. Charles Vaden, quarterback for Lawrence Central.
All right, Charles Vaden, like you said, true freshman out there doing his thing, leading that team right now, and they are in, possibility of making a comeback.
And they're coming off a great win last week against Ben Davis, winning 23-20. That ended a 4-game losing streak. So Lawrence Central, that was a surprise. See if they can spring up another surprise. We'll keep you glued to that one. But again, this is Zionsville, who again last week gave Avon all it could handle.
Yep.
Now they're giving another ranked top 10 team, Fishers, all they can handle. Just so don't count them out. And this is what they did last week, the great success. They went 5 wide, and really Avon couldn't slow it down. Fishers has a really good defense. Let's see what they can do. Cole Wiseman, this looks like it might be, I thought it was going to be a double pass. It wasn't. That's Colin Price, the star running back, getting a loss there.
All right, so we're going to keep an eye on this one. Again, we're keeping an eye on multiple games here, so if we jump back and forth between multiple matchups, please will stick with us. This one here is Center Grove and Cathedral, another one we're keeping an eye on, and we will bring you all this action as it happens. We've got our IndyStar Friday Night Live team monitoring multiple games at once. We've got people at these games bringing you highlights. It's a lot going on, so you can see Cathedral still enjoying that 14-9 lead.
And right now they're trying to run out the clock as much as they can. Center Grove, you can see there at the bottom of the screen, has 3 timeouts. Oh, guess what? We're going to stick with this game. We're going to go to the Zionsville Fishers game.
And again, the switches and the action happens real fast here on Friday Night Live. So again, stick with us.
Breakneck speed here. You might hurt your neck with how fast these things are moving. That's Dalen Hall coming off the field a little gimpy, but Jake Landon's a good backup running back or a good complementary running back to what Cathedral likes to do. Orrin Edwards, the quarterback, also can run the ball. But again, Center Grove's defense has really stepped up. but Cathedral up here 14-9. So looks like Center Grove has taken their first of their 3 timeouts. 2:45 left. If Cathedral gets a first down here, could be tough for Center Grove to get the ball back, but who knows?
Yeah, but again, it's still a one-possession game. Anything can happen. Again, 2:45 is a lot of time, especially when you got a lot of timeouts, a couple of timeouts to work with. If their defense can step up like it has all game long, they could be in a good position.
And there is an upset alert right now.
What do
the
you got?
HSE leads Brownsburg 28-25.
Oh, wow.
28-25, so HSE has a chance there to get a nice big win heading into the playoffs to really push them on.
And we've had a chance to bring you a lot of action from HSC this season. It's been great watching them, especially in recent games, really put it together. So we'll see here if Cathedral can put it together, and that's the first down they needed.
And back to HSC, the Southeastern Sports Network has been a great partner for us this year. They were on fall break, couldn't get enough kids around because everyone goes on vacation during fall break. We understand that. But really enjoyed everything the Southeastern Sports Network has provided us, as well as WHMB TV 40, who is bringing us this game right here. So let's take it away with the call with the rest of this Cathedral Center Grove game.
A gain of 9, they needed 6. Edwards with 139 yards passing.
Should have been a lot more with some drops.
Well, going nowhere is Langdon. Let's see if Center Grove calls another timeout. No, they haven't called a timeout. 2:27 to go. That clock.
All right, going to take a break in the action to bring you another batch of highlights here on IndyStar Friday Night Live.
Sure, here we go. Pike versus Lawrence North. This is Anthony Cialdella. Guess what? He's going to take a snap, and he's going to go find himself 6 points. Nice little short pass. Gets some great blocking from his receivers, and he hits the side. Nice pants right here. I'll tell you, those are some shorts. Touchdown, Pike.
Casual Fridays taking it to a whole new level.
You know, it's pretty chilly out there. To wear shorts takes a brave man, and those takes a brave man. And wear those if it's warm weather. Those were some fancy shorts.
You pulled it off nicely,
Hey,
sir.
guess what? Lutheran, Marcus McFadden. I think you've heard his name a few times tonight. Well, guess what? Here it is again.
He is hogging all the highlights. He's become the star of the highlights section tonight.
He is the star tonight. Marcus McFadden, again, just doing it. Lutheran just really hammering Trader's Point tonight. Number 1 team in the state, showing why. Hey, guess what? Decatur Central, we talked about this game quite a bit. Well, it's 34-14 Decatur Central as Peyton Horsley hits Sebastian Murillo. He's wide open. Franklin, ooh, a little in-your-face little celebration there. Franklin, again, the big surprise team this year. They have the offense. Their defense might be a bit of a question mark heading into the postseason. Again, Decatur Central really putting it on them right now. And guess what? Here we go. Ben Davis field goal. This is another one from Zach Fox. It's up. It's right down the middle. And again, they lead 16-7 over North Central. Ben Davis wants a share of that MIC title. That you've said a lot. We've said Warren Central MIC title. We've said Ben Davis MIC title. We haven't said North Central MIC title a lot. They have a share. They still want it outright. It's still up in the air, but they have to win tonight.
Still got a chance, but they got to come back. So we're going to jump back into the action in that Fishers game, and this one is just all back and forth. So we talked about the Zionsville turnover that turned into Fishers going forward on fourth and not being able to convert. Zionsville getting it back, and unfortunately they suffered the same fate, going on forward on fourth and not being able to convert. So this one with just under 3.5 minutes left in the fourth, Fishers with the advantage here, 35-28. But if the last few minutes are any indication of what we might see, anything can happen in this one, and we're going to stick with it to see how it all wraps up here on IndyStar Friday Night Live.
And here's an update to that Ben Davis North Central game we were just talking about. Ben Davis, 23-7 now. Olajuwon Hassel, a 14-yard touchdown run with 10 minutes left to go in that game. So it looks like Ben Davis might get it done. I got some finals I'd like to pass along too. Triton Central beat Speedway 45-0. And for our viewer in Las Vegas who wants to know about that Indian Creek game, guess what? It's over. It's 32-28. Indian Creek's a winner.
All right, you're welcome, sir. Thanks for joining us here on Facebook Live. Let's jump back over to this matchup between Center Grove and Cathedral. Still 14-9. This has been a tight matchup all night long, and the quarterback, as you can see, so big sack there as he rolled out trying to make something happen, doing something to try and get a definitive or a more comfortable lead in this matchup with just over 1.5 minutes left. So still anything could happen in a lot of these matchups, and we'll stick with them and let you know how these matchups end. Shouts out to the referee with the reflective shirt on. You want to make sure all the players see him here. Jumping back into Zionsville, Fishers 35-28 in this one. Fishers with the ball just over 2 minutes, so this is an important possession. They can run out some clock and get some fourth downs, but they might not run out the clock. They just might run to the end zone.
Dylan Scally doing it again. Little scat back.
But that is not the kind of play you want to see if you're Zionsville. I'm sure they were worried about them just getting first downs.
They've still got 3 timeouts, and here we go. We had a change in possession. The Center Grove defense getting the ball back for their offense, and they are down by 5 with 1.5 minutes to go. Let's see what the Trojans can do. Nice pass over the middle, almost a one-handed grab, but guess what? He gave it to the defender. He tipped it into his arms. Cathedral, that's the break they needed, not what Center Grove needed. So Cathedral,
and he is not done yet, still on this return.
So
and
that'll do it. That'll do it for Cathedral. They're going to win that game. And Fishers now, again, Zionsville's got 3 timeouts. If a field goal here pretty much ices it anyways. Oh, geez.
So we'll see what they can do with this possession here. But, man, two big decisive plays back-to-back. Fishers with that huge run to give themselves an advantage. And, again, in that other matchup, Cathedral Center Grove, a huge interception. And we'll stick with both these games. Let's take it away and see what happens next.
A little bit, but at the same time, there was quite a lot of time still left, about 150 left. I'm not sure if, with Zionsville calling timeouts, I'm not sure if they would have had enough plays to get it in before the clock ran out.
Minute 24. So let's do some clock math here, Luke.
All right, just want to give you guys an update here as we're sticking with these 2 matchups. We are going to wrap these 2 games up, put these to bed, and let you know who takes away the victory in both these matchups that are still tight. Still anything can happen. We don't want you to miss a thing. So we'll be doing rapid switches between these 2 matchups, Center Grove and Cathedral, as you can see on your screen right now. 14-9 in favor of Cathedral, and Fishers Zionsville 35-28 in favor of Fishers. We'll let you know who wins before the night is out. Stick with us here on IndyStar Friday Night Live.
And now Center Grove will call its last timeout.
All right, we promised we'd let you know how it turns out. Cathedral looks like they're going to keep taking the knee to secure that victory here. We'll see if Fishers can secure a victory for themselves here. If they get into the end zone, this thing is as good as over.
Or field goal, to be honest with you. Field goal pretty much ices this as well. So Zionsville's going to use their timeouts to try to stretch this out as long as possible. We've got a 3rd down here coming up. If they get a first down, it's over. If they score points, it's over. So yeah, this is their another timeout, so you and I can just chat.
I know. Actually, do you got some more score updates? Anything else going on around the area that we want to give?
I think I gave Triton Central 145-0 over Speedway. Heritage Christian beat South Putnam, a game we were watching for a little bit there, 30-6. What else do we got here? Carmel still 20-7 over LC.
All right.
New Pal 49 Delta 7.
Oh, that is. I want to say it's not surprising, but it's still tough. Again, New Pal doing what it's going to do.
And that's not a final. That one's still going on. And then we got Lawrence North leads Pike 31-14. So we've got a lot of scoring going on, a lot of games ending. And be sure to go to IndyStar.com for our live blog, our live roundup, which will have all the scores, all the stats, all the highlights you want to wrap up the regular season finale. But here we go, another play here for the Fishers offense. See what happens. See what the Zionsville defense can do.
Takes the snap. Handoff, Scally. Scally, touchdown Tigers!
That will seal it there.
That will likely seal the deal.
All right, so that is the touchdown Fishers was looking for to pretty much lock that game up. So, again, the Fishers matchup, they're going to take that one over Zionsville with that score more than likely, and Cathedral nailing things out in their matchup with Center Grove. So we want to thank you for joining us for another great week for IndyStar Friday Night Live presented by Bath Experts, and for a great season. This is the end of the regular season.
We will be back. We're not done, though.
Oh, no, we're not done at all.
This is not goodbye. We will be here for the playoffs. So, yeah, tune in. Don't miss us.
Absolutely. Want to thank everybody for joining us, and I do want to take a moment to thank our network partners from around the area who make this possible each and every week and will continue to make this possible as we head into the postseason. So that's IHSAA, of course, WHMB TV 40, MHS Rewind, that awesome student program, the Rebel Media Network, Fisher Sports Network, the MIC Network, Hamilton County TV, Indiana SRN, who always brings us multiple games, the Southern Indiana Sports Productions, and statewide partner Summit City Sports, who brought us 4 different games games from that area, helping IndyStar Friday Night Live go statewide. So a big thank you to everyone, our network partners, sponsors, Bath experts, and most importantly, the viewers who have been watching us not only here in the state, but as far as Las Vegas. So we
Are they more
appreciate
important
it.
than us?
Oh, the viewers are way more. Without them, there is no us. Come on,
Without
brother.
us, there's no them.
Well, it's a symbiotic relationship, and we're so glad to be a part of it. So thank you for joining us. Tune in next week, 7 p.m., Friday, same time, same place, multiple places to watch us. For Matt Glenesk, I am your host, Justin Mack. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great weekend.